Hey, I'm Elle,
And I'm Adam.
and we've just done something really crazy.
We bought a house in Orte in Italia.
It's a little house that needs renovating, and we're in a historic hilltop town with a population of about 2,000. But there's larger cities close by with everything that we could need. We've already, I think this is our 5th trip here. We know lots of the locals.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit of an expat community here. So yeah, we feel really at home.
Absolutely. And Orte, it's 2,000 years old, was when it was first settled. Etruscans back in the 6th century BC. Just through the history and the place and the atmosphere, we just love it.
Yeah, so we'll show you the little house we bought, and you can see the before photos, and maybe you can watch us through our journey of renovating our property. But first, a quick bit of background. Adam and I are currently living in Saudi Arabia for his work, and that allows us to get over to Italy a little bit more easily. So our plan is to go there once a month to keep our eye on things. This project, or this house idea we've started with a 100,000 euro budget. So if we'd found somewhere that was pretty much turnkey, we could have spent the whole lot on that, or the cheaper the house we bought, it allowed us a budget to renovate. So let's see how we go, and if we're able to complete this project for 100,000 euro, we will definitely keep track of that. I guess the other point is that this house we've bought not as an investment. This is really, I guess, a lifestyle buy. I don't think that we would get the returns through Airbnb or renting it out or anything like that, but because it was so affordable, it was something that we thought we could do, and then have a European base that allows us to travel around in Europe more easily. Got the keys? Let's go check it out.
Perfect. Got in there. Oops. Now we've opened up the windows already. See. Check it out, but
It needs some work.
does indeed. Here's the bathroom. You can off the entry to the bathroom. As you can see, this
Welcome to the kitchen / living space. The kitchen.
kitchen over here. This area.
Place that needs some work.
Fireplace. It's great to have a working fireplace.
Master bedroom.
Master bedroom is huge. I reckon we could fit a king-size bed in here.
Few repairs that need.
But have a look at those. They can be repaired. There's a little interesting detail here. Perhaps a fresco, but we'll do some further investigation on that. When you look up, you see the roof, previously painted. The plan is to sandblast that, and perhaps there is nice timber under there, and we can preserve that. Come through into the hallway.
Kind of extra large hallway, which will be a challenge to figure out what to do with. But this is what's on us.
But this is it. Going into the living room. Look at that view. The Italian countryside. That's just spectacular. Lots of natural light in here. It's just so cool. So just checking out some of the defects in the property. The doors, old doors. A few watermarks and deterioration. Tiles are
Sagging a bit.
so probably not in the 60s, 70s. Bit of sag there, so we'll have to do some underfloor work. But in general, the floors are in really good condition. We're not planning to replace the floors. What we plan to do is to polish and just keep them as they are. Yeah, they are in really okay condition, you know. I'm sure when we polish them up, they'll look okay. Here's the power board. See, the power's on, but as you can see, complete failure trip. Anyway, that's probably one of the first jobs, is to get the place rewired by professional electricians. Just looking at these windows, they're timber, single pane. Probably be nice to have a double in there. But they're actually in pretty good condition. I reckon they were only replaced like 20 years ago. So now this window is an oldie, but a goodie. Again, have a look at the budget and see whether we restore these or replace with some of those Euro windows with tilt.
Okay, the bathroom needs a complete overhaul. I think we'll remove the bidet, which is very controversial in Italy, but there's not a lot of space. Make room for a shower, replace everything in the bathroom. But as far as Italian bathrooms go, it's not the smallest bathroom we've seen. I think we can make it work. The ceilings are a disaster.
Yeah, once we sandblast that roof, we'll see if the timbers come up, and then we decide whether to varnish, clear varnish, to bring out the texture of the wood, or we just paint it white again.
It's the same with the doors. Thick timber, whether they're worth restoring, keeping the whole hinges, or whether it's just with whole new doors. First thing we're doing is giving everything a good sweep out, and we've got a bit of a plan of what we want to do, because probably getting the scale right in here is the most important thing. So once all this is done, we're going to try and map out where we think everything will go. Trying to work out whether these old doors were solid timber and whether they were worth trying to restore. They've got some old hinges, but they're not very exciting. And then we realised they've been kind of covered up with board, and we were able to rip some off. And now this is the door that's underneath, solid timber. It's really beautiful. So we think all the doors in here are like that. So now we're going to restore them and keep them. So we've been working through, I guess, getting the scale right in here. So we've kind of marked out where we want things to go. So this orange tape marks out the vanity. We'll lose the bidet, and then that will become the shower all the way across there. So I guess fine for us, it's good to mark down things so we can walk around the space and get a feel for it. So this will be this. So that door, that wall will be closed in, and then this will be our kitchen space. We've kind of marked out where we want the washing machine and the sink, so we can kind of get a feel for how it will all work. And because the kitchen's quite small, we're going to put the fridge and pantry over here. We're going to build in some banquette seating, so we'll have built in some of the dining seating built in, and then a table around that. So we think this space feels good and it's going to work okay. So this will be the master bedroom. So we've kind of mapped out a king size bed, which we're happy and comfortable with fit in here okay. And then across here we can have a 3 metre wardrobe built in. That's where the new door will go. And we're going to close this door in, and then we'll put some timber shelves across, probably some quite rustic looking timber shelves. So that's the master bedroom. This is where the new entry to our bedroom will go. And then across this wall, we're looking at just building some storage, maybe some shelving, a desk in the middle. So just marking out where that will fit. And then this is a place we're excited about. This is where our bar will go, and then above the bar we'll have some shelving. Looking at putting some wallpaper on this wall. Then we look out to our favourite thing here, which is the amazing view. And then we've just mapped out a large modular sofa which fits comfortably, and then this sofa will also have a sofa bed. So we're really just going to end up with a large, well, in Italy standards, a large one-bedroom apartment, but the ability to accommodate a couple of guests. Even things like marking out the location of the TV kind of helps us make sure that we put all the electrical points in the right spot, that we can orientate the furniture at it, have PowerPoints where we think we might use lamps. Yeah, it's just really helped us visualise the space more clearly.
I'm upstairs. I travi sono nuovi, di legno. Wow, che spettacolo! C'è una finestra, oh! No way! Wow, so nice. This is the living room. So I need to open these cracks and then plaster it. Because if I start touching all this, the more we touch, the more it's gonna come off. You see? Just comes off with no pressure at all. So, but we need to leave all the solid part we leave. Again, the more you touch, here is okay. It just comes off.
A few problems and a few surprises, but this little Italian house is ours now, and we can't wait to get started.